Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to discuss about the water treatment more exclusively in the name of theories of disinfection. Theories of disinfection. That means we are entering into the 5th unit. The title of the unit is Theories of Disinfection. Disinfection. The name disinfection, infection, disinfection. Agree, disagree. Ability, disability. Likewise, we can understand what is the exact meaning of disinfection. Theories of disinfection. So far in the previous class, we have seen the various technologies, how we can remove the impurities of water, or else how we can remove various impurities existed in the water. Now we are entering into the topic that is theories of disinfection. The topic is theory of disinfection. See, all these are the, see why I'm keeping this particular treatment plant view is you can get the basic view of a treatment, and you know how these are constructing, and you know the possible precautions we must maintain as we are entering into the 5th unit. You keep in mind all the specifications. All the units must be constructed in a sequential order, and all must be constructed at an elevation where the water can pass based on gravity, and where there should be a possibility of future expansion, and place for staff quarters, and good ambience must be maintained. All these precautions must be maintained at the time of planning. That's why proper planning and design also mandatory with respect to arrest by keeping in view of future expansions. All these are the basic fundamental points we must keep when we are going to construct treatment plants. Keep in mind. Now we are entering into the next unit, that is theories of disinfection. We will discuss about various theories of disinfections. Now we'll start one after one. What are those theories? We'll see. See, all these topics we have seen, and now we are here. Theories of disinfection. See, disinfection in the sense, what exactly happening here? What is the meaning of disinfection here? Simply, it is the process of killing infectious bacteria from the water, but it doesn't mean that it can kill total bacteria like sterilization. Sterilization in the sense complete bacteria will be removed. Whereas in disinfection from the water, it doesn't mean it's the killing infectious bacteria. Else, the chemicals or substances which are used to kill the bacteria are called as disinfectants, and the process of killing bacteria known as disinfection of water. There are different methods to kill the bacteria, and the following are mostly are widely accepted. What is the topic name is here? Theories of disinfection. Theories of disinfection in the sense, it is the process of killing infectious bacteria from the water, but doesn't mean that we can kill entire bacteria like it in the process of sterilization. The chemicals are the substances which are used to kill the bacteria called as disinfectants, and the process of killing bacteria known as disinfection. Now, various theories to kill the bacteria we'll discuss one after one. The first one is boiling of water. The first disinfectant method, a first process to kill the bacteria, or else one of the process to kill the bacteria is nothing but boiling of water. See, the bacteria can be killed in the water by boiling water for 15 to 20 minutes to make this water suitable. See here, in this process, the existing bacteria can be killed but does not provide any protection against the future visible contamination. The process is cost effective and may not implement for large water works. Here, there are 3 points which we are emphasizing, where the water will be boiled for 15 to 20 minutes to make the water fit for consumption. See here, in this process, the existing bacteria can be killed, but there is no guarantee, and there is no guarantee for protection of future possible contamination. Am I right? Of course, we are boiling water. By doing so, all the bacteria can be killed out, and there is no guarantee for future contamination of water. There is a main drawback here, and this is the cost effective to boil water at large scale. This is one of the disinfectant method. Next one is ozone. See here, ozone is an external disinfectant. See, what is ozone here? How it is forming? Simply, this is O3, O2 plus O. The nascent oxygen is very much powerful, and it is acting as a very powerful oxidizing agent and kills the bacteria as well as oxidizing organic matter present in the water. The single ozone is highly powerful to oxidize and kill the bacteria, but it can be practiced where the electricity is available for minimum cost, as the ozone production will be with the help of electricity. Highly technical expertise is required for this method. See here, the first point itself I wrote here, it is the combination, it is the my notes, and I only prepared all the topics. See here, it is the combination of 3 oxygen atoms which can split by sending electricity through it under laboratory conditions, where one nascent oxygen will be produced as byproduct. See here, what is happening? It is a combination of 3 oxygen atoms, and how we can split these combination of 3 atoms? Simply by passing electricity through it under laboratory conditions. That's what I mentioned here. Skill, yes, technical expertise is required, and that is, it can be practiced where the electricity will be available at minimum cost. The first case we have seen, simply we are boiling water. The next case, we just with the help of ozone, and the nascent oxygen is more powerful to kill the bacteria. Understand? And next one is ultraviolet rays. See here, ultraviolet rays. The third process and other practicing method, or else other practice to kill the bacteria is simply by sending ultraviolet rays. See, ultraviolet rays are invisible. Ultraviolet rays are invisible light rays with an average wavelength of 1000 to 4000 meters. The prime source of UV is space, and to practice this UV method, prerequisite is turbidity free water, because if the water is more turbidity in nature, the UV rays may not hit the bacteria, as the bacteria may hide under the turbidity of water. Where we can practice this? In the first case, boiling of water, the drawback is large scale boiling of water is cost effective. In the second case, the ozone disinfection method can be practiced where the electricity is cheap. Here, this method, ultraviolet rays, can be practiced where can be implemented to the contaminated water whose turbidity is minimum. If the turbidity of water is more, UV rays cannot penetrate, because cannot penetrate. Even the bacteria can hide under any obstacle, or else under the turbidity, under the any part. See a bacteria under the turbidity of water, so that it is not efficient to apply for the water whose turbidity is beyond the levels. Next one, other method is iodine and bromine. See here, iodine and bromine. The other disinfectant to kill the bacteria is combination of iodine and bromine at a percentage of up to 8 ppm per 5 minutes. What is the next? What is the other disinfectant? Iodine and bromine. See here, percentage of up to 8 ppm per 5 minutes. The only disadvantage of this method is it is costly and it can practice for industrial purpose only. And the other one is potassium permanganate. Potassium permanganate. This is the common disinfectant used. This is the common disinfectant used in the villages to treat the water of dug wells. Did you remember the dug well? In the second unit, types of wells we have seen. Tube wells, dug wells. Hope you remembered. See, to clean those dug wells, the potassium permanganate will be used. The usual dose of KMN4 is 1 to 2 milligrams per liter per 4 to 6 hours. See, everywhere the drawbacks are, we are observing. See here, coming to boiling of water, drawbacks in the sense, everywhere one particular issue is we are facing. See, in the boiling of water, we can see only the existed bacteria can be killed. There is no guarantee for future possible contamination. And it is for large scale work, water works, it is cost effective and may not implement for large scale water works. Whereas second case, the other disinfectant is ozone. So it is the combination of 3 oxygen atoms. Simply, the electricity has to be produced, has to be passed through the ozone, which is cost effective, and even it can be practiced where the electricity is cheap. Nowadays, you know, how the electricity is charging. How you know the tariff of electricity once we are utilizing the power. See, if the electricity is available, if this method is using where we are spending more amount for electricity to kill the bacteria of the water, the cost of water will be increased because your expenditure, your investment for removing bacteria is high. That is the reason the cost of water will be increased. That's why it is cost effective and it can be practiced where the electricity can be available, where the electricity is available with minimum cost. And next one is ultraviolet rays. See, ultraviolet rays, see how it is doing. It is effective. The first and foremost cases, it is not, we may not apply this technique where the turbidity of water is more, as the UV cannot penetrate into such water samples and the bacteria can easily hide under the obstacle, maybe because of the turbidity or else because of the turbidity nature, UV rays cannot penetrate and the bacteria may not kill and it is not efficient for turbidity water. In the first case, large water scale, it is not applicable for large quantity of water. And second case, when electricity must be available at cheap, and in this case, the turbidity of water must be minimum. And next one is iodine and bromine. See, iodine and bromine. See, the other disinfectant to kill the bacteria is the combination of iodine and bromine. See, combination of what? Iodine and bromine at a percentage of up to 8 ppm for 5 minutes so that we can kill the bacteria. The only disadvantage of this method is it is costly and it can practice for industrial purpose only, not for domestic. And here this potassium permanganate came in for, and mostly, this is a common disinfectant used in the villages to treat the water dug wells. Why? Because it has the efficiency of reducing organic matter. What is its efficiency? Reducing organic matter in the water along with bacterial disinfectant nature. And normally the KMNO4 will be used 1 to 2 milligrams per liter for 4 to 6 hours. Next one is excess lime. The bacteria of water can be killed by adding excess lime, but care must be taken while adding lime. Why? Because if the pH increases more than 9.5, it won't fit for consumption. Not 9.5 exactly, that is the upper excessive limit. 7.5 is the neutral. See, once if you keep on adding this lime, obviously the pH will be increased and the water may not be fit for consumption. That is the reason. I means everywhere there is a drawback. How we can choose? Simply based on the need, we can select any of either boiling or else ozone or practicing UVs or else potassium and iodine and bromine combination, as well potassium permanganate, excessive limes. What are these? The theories of disinfection. What is disinfection? Killing. What is the disinfectant? So see here, the bacteria substances which are used to kill the bacteria are called as disinfectants. And the process of killing bacteria known as disinfection of water. So far in the previous unit, we have seen how to remove or else how to remove the how we can remove the large substances in the name of sedimentation, how we can remove the leftover colloidal particles, the process of sedimentation by adding coagulants we removed the colloidal particles. After that, by practicing filters, rapid sand filters and slow sand filters, we are practicing removing organic materials. Apart with, of course, up to some extent, color and order also, we were learn. Of course, up to some extent, color and order also can be removed in the name of filtration, which can be practiced with two types: slow sand filters and rapid sand filters. Now coming to the next topic, here after that, once we got the water, we got the water by crossing all the stages, when we should implement these disinfectants. What are those? Boiling of water, ozone, ultraviolet rays, iodine and bromine, potassium permanganate, excess lime. Now, I think you must remember one particular disinfectant, what we are regularly encountering, that is not mentioned here. You know why? You know what? What it is? Simply by adding chlorine. Why I'm not adding in the sense? We'll discuss. This is also one of the disinfectant, what we are regularly observing. That is the reason we'll discuss about this chlorine more exclusively, as it is the best disinfectant to kill the bacteria, and it is being practiced from the years onwards for efficient killing of bacteria. All these are having, see, all these are the different methods to kill the bacteria. We can practice based on the need and based on the requirements. After the disinfection, see, even after disinfection, what is obviously what we can what we wish to observe? See here, it doesn't mean that we achieved the clear water by crossing filtration. Still, there are certain undesirable chemicals we must remove. Of course, disinfectants can be implemented to get the wholesomeness of water. Still, we must learn certain techniques which are incorporated in this unit. They are removal of color and order, removal of iron and manganese, fluoridation, defluoridation, water softening, all we'll discuss in this unit only. But as per the curriculum, the first topic in this 5th unit is nothing but theories of disinfection. After that, we'll discuss various topics that are mentioned in this unit. Once we crossed all the stages, once we removed all the possible and all the, unwanted material, or else chemicals, or else substances from the water, we can go for distribution that is incorporated in the 6th unit. So for today, we learned about these theories of disinfection, where we discuss boiling of water, ozone, ultraviolet rays, iodine and bromine, potassium permanganate, excess lime. Next one is, the other one is, the important one is as in a separate topic, chlorine. That is also one of the disinfectant. You must, whenever you got a question about theories of disinfection, you must write all these: boiling of water, ozone, ultraviolet rays, iodine and bromine, potassium permanganate, excess lime, and also chlorine. You must write whenever you got a question, theories of disinfection. If they ask exclusively about the chlorine, if we go for only chlorine. Else, if you got a question, write your notes on theories of disinfection. You must include the chlorine. We'll discuss in the next topic. If you have any doubts, please contact me, either message, phone, or the mail, whatever you feel convenient. Thank you.